Have you ever faced a situation where your patience was put to the test and in the end, it revealed a hidden opportunity? In a bustling market filled with noise and commotion, there lived a humble shopkeeper named Amir. Every day, Amir opened his small shop, filled with colorful goods and dreams of prosperity. However, he was also aware of the shadows lurking in the corners of the market, thieves who preyed on the unsuspecting. Amir was known not only for his products, but also for his integrity. He believed in treating every customer with respect, no matter their circumstances. He often found himself in situations that challenged this belief, but he remained steadfast, hoping that his kindness would one day pay off. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the market, Amir noticed a young man loitering near his shop. The boy looked troubled, glancing around as if he was searching for something or someone. Amir's instincts tingled. He had seen this boy before, always looking at the merchandise with longing, but never buying anything. The atmosphere was thick with tension as the boy edged closer, stealing furtive glances. Suddenly, Amir found himself in a dilemma. Should he confront the boy, or should he give him the benefit of the doubt? In that moment, Amir's heart whispered a lesson he had learned long ago. Sometimes understanding is more powerful than confrontation. Amir took a deep breath, preparing to engage with the boy, not with anger, but with compassion. This was not just another day. It was an opportunity to teach and learn, to connect and understand. As he faced the boy, Amir was unaware that this encounter would not only change the boy's life, but also transform his own. The story takes place in the early evening, just as the sun begins to dip below the horizon, casting a warm golden light over the marketplace. This transitional hour creates a unique atmosphere, where the day's hustle and bustle slowly gives way to the evening's serenity. The market, known for its lively trade, buzzes with activity as vendors prepare to close their stalls, yet many customers still linger, completing their shopping for the day. The marketplace is situated in a small town, characterized by its narrow, winding streets lined with vibrant shops. The air is filled with the sounds of laughter, chatter, and the occasional shout of a vendor promoting their wares. Each shop has its own distinct personality, with brightly painted facades and colorful displays. Amir's shop, modest yet inviting, is tucked between a bakery that fills the air with the aroma of fresh bread and a spice shop bursting with vivid colors and enticing scents. As evening approaches, the market transforms into a spectacle of colors. The vivid hues of fruits, vegetables, and textiles stand out against the dimming light. Lanterns and fairy lights begin to twinkle overhead, adding a magical quality to the scene. Amir's shop is adorned with handmade signs that tell stories of the goods within, from handmade crafts to rare spices. The atmosphere of the marketplace is one of vibrancy and life. The chatter of customers blends with the rhythmic sounds of vendors arranging their goods. Laughter echoes as children dart between stalls, their playful energy infectious. The vibrant colors of fruits, vegetables, and handcrafted items create a visual feast, while the enticing smells of baked goods and spices waft through the air, drawing people in. As Amir stands behind the counter, he listens to the symphony of sounds that surrounds him. The rustling of plastic bags, the clinking of coins, and the distant sound of a street musician playing a cheerful tune all contribute to the lively ambiance. Occasionally, A friendly conversation breaks out among regular customers, each sharing news and stories from their day. The sound of laughter rings out as Amir jokes with his customers, creating an inviting atmosphere. The evening air carries the warm scent of freshly baked bread from the nearby bakery, mingling with the aromatic spices that Amir proudly sells. Each customer brings a unique essence. Some carry the scent of flowers from the nearby florist, while others bear the aroma of the delicious meals they've prepared at home. This rich tapestry of scents and sounds envelops Amir, making his shop a central hub of community life. Amir's wife, Fatima, plays a crucial role in his life and the shop. With her nurturing spirit and keen insight, she has always been Amir's confidant and advisor. Fatima is a woman of strength, often found organizing the shop, interacting with customers, and ensuring everything runs smoothly. Her laughter is infectious, and her ability to empathize with others makes her a beloved figure in the community. Fatima grew up in the same town and understands the struggles of the community intimately. She has a keen sense of the challenges faced by many residents, including financial difficulties
and personal struggles. Her unwavering support for Amir during tough times has instilled in her a strong belief in the power of compassion and kindness. Fatima often encourages Amir to look beyond the surface and understand the deeper issues that may drive individuals to make questionable choices. Zrenia Fatima's wisdom will guide Amir, especially as he navigates his encounters with Jamal, the young thief. Her gentle reminders of empathy and understanding help Amir see the bigger picture and recognize the potential for growth in others. Fatima serves as a bridge between Amir and the community, helping him build connections and foster a spirit of camaraderie. Introduce Jamal, a troubled young boy whose background is marked by hardship. Growing up in a financially unstable household, he has always struggled to meet his needs. The loss of his father at a young age has left a significant impact on his life, forcing him into a world of tough choices. Jamal often feels trapped, torn between his desire for a better life and the desperation that drives him toward petty theft. Jamal is not inherently malicious. His circumstances have shaped his actions. He is depicted as a conflicted character, someone who longs for acceptance and belonging, but feels that his choices have isolated him. As he eyes Amir's shop, he is filled with a mix of envy and admiration, seeing in Amir the stability he yearns for. As the story progresses, Jamal's character will evolve. Through his interactions with Amir, he begins to understand the consequences of his actions and the importance of honesty. Amir's patience and willingness to engage with him pave the way for Jamal to find redemption, showcasing the transformative power of understanding and forgiveness. Several secondary characters who frequently visit Amir's shop will also enrich the narrative. Each customer brings a unique perspective to the story, reflecting the diverse tapestry of the community. Mr. Ahmed is an elderly man who visits the shop daily. With a wealth of life experiences, he often shares stories from his past with Amir and Fatima. His warm demeanor and wise counsel serve as a source of comfort for those around him. Mr. Ahmed's interactions with Jamal will offer guidance, helping him recognize the value of community support. Amina is a hard-working young mother who relies on Amir for affordable groceries. Her determination to provide for her children resonates with Amir and Fatima. Through her story, the audience gains insight into the struggles faced by single parents in the community. Amina's kindness and perseverance serve as an inspiration for Jamal, who sees in her a reflection of resilience. Rahim, a talented musician, often plays in the market, bringing joy to the shoppers. His upbeat spirit and love for music uplift everyone's mood. He forms a friendship with Jamal, encouraging him to pursue his passions rather than resort to theft. Rahim's role emphasizes the importance of creativity and self-expression in overcoming life's challenges. Amir's values are rooted in integrity and community spirit. He believes in treating every customer with respect, regardless of their background. His commitment to honesty and fairness has earned him the trust of the townspeople. Amir's interactions are characterized by a genuine desire to help others, as he often goes out of his way to ensure that his customers leave satisfied, whether through discounts or friendly advice. Amir sees his shop as more than just a business. It is a place where relationships are formed and nurtured. He often engages in conversations with his customers, learning about their lives and challenges. This connection to the community informs Amir's decisions, shaping his responses to the events that unfold in the story. The town's socio-economic landscape is one of contrasts. While some residents enjoy stability, many struggle with financial insecurity. The economic disparity creates a sense of tension within the community, leading to feelings of jealousy and resentment among those who have less. This context adds depth to the character's motivations, especially Jamal, who grapples with feelings of inadequacy. As Amir navigates his interactions with Jamal and the community, the groundwork for transformative relationships is laid. The dynamics between Amir, Fatima, Jamal, and the local customers set the stage for personal growth, emphasizing the themes of compassion, understanding, and the potential for change. Through these relationships, the story will unfold, illustrating the power of patience and empathy in overcoming adversity. The unexpected encounter. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the marketplace, Amir was preparing to close his shop for the evening. He wiped down the counter, organizing the last of the spices and crafts that adorned the shelves. Fatima was busy in the back, counting the day's earnings and preparing for the next day's offerings. The familiar sounds of the market slowly faded, replaced by the gentle rustling of leaves in the evening breeze. Just as Amir was about to lock the door, he noticed a young figure lingering outside his shop. It was Jamal, the boy he had seen around the market a few times but had never spoken to. Today, however, Jamal seemed different. His shoulders were hunched, and his eyes darted nervously as if he were wrestling with an internal battle. Amir, sensing the boy's unease, decided to invite him in. "Come inside, young man," Amir called out with a friendly smile. "I'm just closing up, but there's still time for a chat." As Jamal hesitantly stepped into the shop, Amir observed the boy's worn clothes and scuffed shoes, signs of a life marked by struggle. Jamal's eyes flickered with a mix of curiosity and apprehension, revealing a glimpse into his troubled soul. Amir offered Jamal a seat on a wooden stool, and the boy reluctantly accepted, his hands fidgeting in his lap. Amir poured him a glass of water, hoping to ease the tension. "What brings you here today?" Amir asked gently. Jamal's voice was barely above a whisper. I was just looking around." Amir could sense that something deeper was troubling the boy. "You can tell me if something's wrong," he encouraged, leaning forward with genuine concern. After a long pause, Jamal finally confessed, "I need money for my family. Things have been really hard since my father passed away." His voice cracked with emotion, and Amir could see the pain etched across his face. Amir felt a pang of empathy for the boy. He knew the struggles that many families faced in their community, and Jamal's situation struck a chord within him. But as Jamal continued to speak, Amir realized that the boy was not simply asking for help, he was contemplating theft. "I saw some things in your shop that I could sell," Jamal admitted, his voice barely audible. "I thought maybe I could take something." The weight of those words hung in the air, and Amir's heart sank. He felt a mix of emotions, sadness for the boy's circumstances, anger at the thought of theft, and a deep concern for what that choice could mean for Jamal's future. Instead of reacting with anger or disappointment, Amir took a moment to reflect on the gravity of the situation. He could easily have called the authorities or scolded Jamal for even considering such an action. Instead, Amir chose a different path. "Jamal," Amir said softly, "I understand that you're in a tough spot, but stealing is not the answer. It might seem like a quick fix, but it could lead to consequences that will only make things worse for you and your family." Jamal's eyes widened as Amir spoke, and the boy appeared to be processing Amir's words. Amir continued, "I want to help you, but I can't support the choice you're thinking about." Let's find a better way." Amir's calm demeanor and understanding approach had a profound effect on Jamal. The boy's face reflected a mix of shame and relief as he realized that Amir saw him not just as a potential thief, but as a young man in need of guidance. "Why are you being so nice to me?" Jamal asked, bewildered. "I was going to steal from you." Amir leaned back, allowing the weight of the moment to settle. "Because everyone deserves a second chance, Jamal. I know what it's like to struggle. There were times when I felt lost too. It's okay to ask for help instead of turning to the wrong choices." This pivotal moment marked the beginning of a new chapter for both Amir and Jamal. It was an opportunity for self-discovery, not just for Jamal, who needed to navigate his struggles, but for Amir, who would learn the importance of patience and understanding in guiding others. As Jamal left Amir's shop that evening, he carried more than just the burden of his family's struggles. He carried a flicker of hope ignited by Amir's kindness. This encounter served as the inciting incident that would set both characters on a transformative journey. For Jamal, the moment marked a turning point. He had been standing on the edge of a precipice, ready to make a choice that could define his future. Amir's intervention provided him with a glimpse of a different path, a chance to explore the possibility of honesty, hard work, and community support. For Amir, the encounter deepened his understanding of empathy and the impact of his role within the community. He realized that his shop was not merely a place of commerce, it was a sanctuary for those in need of guidance and support. This moment pushed Amir to reflect on his own values and the power of his actions to shape the lives of others. In the days following their conversation, Amir found himself reflecting on his encounter with Jamal. He couldn't shake the feeling that he had a responsibility to help the boy find a better path. Meanwhile, Jamal was also contemplating Amir's words, which lingered in his mind like an unanswered question. With Amir's encouragement still fresh in his thoughts, Jamal decided to approach the situation differently. He began looking for small jobs around the marketplace, offering to run errands or assist vendors in exchange for a few coins. The initial days were tough, filled with rejection and disappointment, but Jamal persevered, driven by the desire to support his family without compromising his integrities. One afternoon, Jamal approached a baker named Mrs. Khan, who was known for her warm smile and generous heart. "Excuse me, Mrs. Khan," Jamal said shyly. "Can I help you with anything? I'll work hard for a little pay." Mrs. Khan looked at him thoughtfully. "You want to work? Well, I could use someone to help me carry flour sacks and clean the shop." Jamal's heart raced with excitement. This was his chance. As he helped Mrs. Khan throughout the week, he learned the importance of hard work and the value of honest labor. With each sack of flour he carried, he felt a growing sense of pride and accomplishment. Meanwhile, Amir faced his own set of challenges. Business had slowed down recently due to a new shop opening across the street. The competition was fierce, and Amir felt the pressure mounting. He worried about losing his customers and how it would affect his family. To make matters worse, one evening, Amir discovered that his store had been vandalized. The windows were shattered and the shelves were disheveled. He felt a surge of anger and frustration. Why would anyone do this? He wondered aloud. In the face of adversity, Amir realized he had to take action to restore not only his shop, but also his spirit. Instead of succumbing to despair, he resolved to turn this situation into an opportunity to connect with the community. The next day, Amir put out a call to his neighbors. He invited them to join him for a community cleanup and repair day at his shop. "Let's come together to rebuild what was lost," he announced, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. To his surprise, the response was overwhelming. Families showed up with brooms, paint, and tools, eager to lend a hand. They worked together, sharing stories and laughter as they restored Amir's shop to its former glory. As the day progressed, Amir witnessed the strength of community spirit. Neighbors who had once been strangers became friends, united by a common goal. Amir realized that resilience wasn't just about overcoming personal struggles. It was about uplifting one another. While Amir thrived in his community effort, Jamal faced a significant setback. One day, after a long week of work at the bakery, Jamal overheard some children talking about him as he walked through the market. They mocked him, saying he was poor, and would never succeed. The harsh words stung, igniting doubts within him. Maybe Amir was wrong, Jamal thought. Maybe I am meant to be like this forever. He felt an urge to give up and return to the idea of stealing, but as he sat by the bakery, watching Mrs. Khan serve customers with joy, he remembered Amir's encouragement and the progress he had made. That evening, Jamal went home, his mind heavy with thoughts. He had the option to give in to the easy path of theft, but he also had the memory of Amir's kindness. He decided to write down his feelings in a journal, reflecting on his dreams and fears. Through his writing, he found a sense of clarity and renewed determination. With each page, he reminded himself of the value of hard work and the importance of staying true to his principles. He resolved not to let the negativity of others define him or dictate his choices. Instead, he would work even harder to prove them wrong. As Jamal continued to work at the bakery, Mrs. Khan began to notice his dedication. She appreciated his willingness to learn and help, and one day she approached him with an unexpected proposal. "Jamal," she said warmly, "I see a lot of potential in you. Would you be interested in learning how to bake? I could teach you, and who knows, maybe you could even help me run the shop someday." Jamal's eyes lit up with excitement. "Really? I'd love that," he exclaimed. This opportunity was a turning point in his journey, allowing him to grow in a positive environment while gaining valuable skills. Meanwhile, Amir's shop flourished with the help of his community. Inspired by the support he received, he decided to expand his business by incorporating local artisans' products. He began showcasing handmade crafts, textiles, and fresh produce from nearby farms, transforming his shop into a hub of community spirit. This change not only attracted more customers, but also created a sense of belonging among the vendors, who were grateful for the opportunity to share their goods. Amir found joy in this collaboration, and his heart swelled with pride each time he saw the smiles on the artisans' faces as they sold their products. As weeks passed, Jamal and Amir's paths began to intertwine again. One day, while Jamal was delivering bread to Amir's shop, he noticed how vibrant and bustling it had become. Amir greeted him with a warm smile. "Look at you, Jamal. You're growing up," Amir exclaimed, noticing the confidence in the boy's demeanor. "I heard you've been working hard at the bakery." Jamal nodded, feeling a sense of accomplishment. "I'm learning to bake, and Mrs. Khan thinks I might be able to help run the shop one day." Amir's face lit up with pride. "That's wonderful. Hard work pays off, doesn't it? Remember, you're not just learning to bake, you're learning the value of perseverance." Their conversation sparked an idea in Amir. "How about you showcase your baked goods at my shop next week? It could be a great opportunity for you." Jamal's face beamed with excitement. "Really? That would be amazing." As both Amir and Jamal moved forward in their respective journeys, they faced escalating challenges. Jamal's newfound success at the bakery was met with jealousy from some of the other children in the market. They began to spread rumors, hoping to undermine his progress. At the same time, Amir faced growing competition from the new shop across the street, which had started to copy his ideas. Sales fluctuated as he struggled to keep his community engaged amidst the competition. With these obstacles, the tension built toward the climax of the story. Amir and Jamal would have to confront their fears and doubts while relying on the lessons they had learned along the way. The storm before the calm. As the sun rose on the day of Jamal's big baking showcase at Amir's shop, a sense of excitement buzzed through the marketplace. Amir had decorated his shop with colorful banners, inviting the community to come and support Jamal. The atmosphere was electric, with anticipation hanging in the air. However, as the morning progressed, dark clouds gathered ominously overhead. Just as Jamal was setting up his display, a sudden storm erupted. Heavy rain poured down and the winds howled, sending panic through the marketplace. Vendors scrambled to protect their goods, and the once vibrant atmosphere turned chaotic. Jamal's heart sank as he watched the storm ruin his carefully arranged baked goods. He felt a wave of despair wash over him. "All my hard work, gone," he muttered, tears brimming in his eyes. Meanwhile, Amir was dealing with his own challenges. The storm had deterred many customers from visiting his shop, leaving him with dwindling sales. he couldn't help but feel that everything was falling apart. Just when they had built something beautiful together, nature had other plans. As Jamal stood amid the rain-soaked chaos, he saw children laughing and playing in the puddles, completely unfazed by the storm. In that moment, he realized that although the storm had dampened his display, it didn't have to dampen his spirit. Determined not to give up, Jamal turned to Amir, who was frantically trying to salvage what he could in the shop. "Amir, I want to keep going. Let's move inside and set up there." Amir looked at Jamal, surprised by his resilience. "But what if no one comes? What if—" Jamal interrupted, his voice steady and confident. "If we don't try, we'll never know. We can't control the storm, but we can control our response." Encouraged by Jamal's spirit, Amir nodded. Together, they hastily moved everything into the shop. As they worked, Amir realized the strength in Jamal's words. This was a moment that could define them both. Inside the shop, as they set up, a few loyal customers began to trickle in, seeking shelter from the storm. They were surprised to see Jamal's creations, which he had managed to save. The tantalizing smell of freshly baked bread and pastries wafted through the air, and people began to gather, drawn by the aroma and the warmth of the shop. Seeing the community respond, Jamal felt a surge of hope. He began to talk to the customers about his journey, how he had started working at the bakery, and the lessons he had learned from Amir. His story resonated with them, and soon they were sharing their own stories of resilience and growth. As the shop filled with people, Jamal noticed Amir at the counter, his eyes gleaming with pride as he watched the interaction unfold. He could see how far they had both come and the impact they were having on their community. Suddenly, Jamal spotted a familiar face in the crowd. It was Mrs. Khan, the baker who had first given him a chance. She smiled warmly, proud of her protégé. In that moment, Jamal realized that they were all connected in this journey of life, each struggle, each victory woven together through shared experiences. The storm had brought them together, forging bonds stronger than any tempest. Just as the atmosphere began to lift, an unexpected challenge arose. A group of kids, the same ones who had mocked Jamal before, burst into the shop, laughing and shoving each other. They had come in to escape the rain but were quickly drawn to Jamal's baking display. "Look at the little baker," one of them sneered. "What a joke!" Jamal's heart raced as he felt the familiar sting of their taunts. But this time, instead of retreating, he stood tall. He remembered Amir's words about resilience and how far he had come. He took a deep breath and stepped forward. "I may be small, but I work hard. I'm learning something every day. Why don't you try my bread instead of mocking me?" The taunts halted. The other kids looked at each other, surprised by Jamal's confidence. One of them stepped forward and grabbed a piece of bread from the display. After taking a bite, he paused. "Hey, this is actually really good." Jamal watched as the other kids tentatively followed suit, sampling the pastries. As they chewed, their expressions changed from mockery to surprise. They began to compliment him, and Jamal felt a wave of relief wash over him. In that moment, Jamal understood the true essence of growth. He realized that facing adversity head-on was more important than avoiding it. He learned that embracing challenges could turn enemies into allies and doubters into supporters. The storm outside began to subside, and sunlight streamed through the windows. The mood in the shop transformed. Laughter replaced tension, and community spirit thrived. Amir, witnessing Jamal's transformation, felt immense pride. He recognized that not only had Jamal grown as a baker, but he had also blossomed into a confident individual who could stand up for himself. As the event unfolded, the marketplace began to fill with curious passers-by drawn in by the laughter and delicious smells. The community gathered to support Jamal, and he shared his story of perseverance, inspiring everyone around him. In the midst of the chaos, Jamal and Amir realized that their greatest challenge had become their most significant opportunity. The storm had tested them, but it also brought out their true strength, resilience, and the bonds of community. With every challenge faced and every lesson learned, Both Amir and Jamal emerged from the storm stronger than ever, ready to face whatever came next. A new dawn. As the storm clouds cleared, the sun bathed the marketplace in warm light, symbolizing a new beginning for Jamal and Amir. The shop, once filled with apprehension, now echoed with laughter and camaraderie. The kids who had once mocked Jamal were now his enthusiastic supporters, excitedly sharing their newfound love for his baked goods. Jamal took a moment to soak it all in. The joy radiating from the community members as they tasted his creations filled him with a sense of accomplishment. It was more than just about baking. It was about connection and overcoming obstacles together. After the initial rush of customers had settled down, Jamal and Amir took a moment to reflect on the day's events. "Can you believe this?" Amir said, beaming with pride. "Your confidence turned everything around. You didn't just bake, you inspired." Jamal smiled, feeling a warmth spread in his chest. "I couldn't have done it without your support, Amir. You taught me that facing challenges is part of growing." The bond between them had deepened through this experience. Jamal realized that the trust and mentorship Amir had shown him were invaluable. They were no longer just employer and employee. They were partners in this journey, united by a shared passion for baking and community. As the day continued, Jamal took the opportunity to engage with his newfound supporters. He shared stories of his struggles and the lessons he had learned along the way, emphasizing the importance of resilience, hard work, and believing in oneself. The children who had once mocked him now listened intently, captivated by his journey. They asked questions about baking, and Jamal gladly demonstrated some techniques, turning the shop into an impromptu baking class. "See, it's not just about the end result," he explained, "but the process and the determination it takes to get there." The children were eager to participate, and laughter filled the air as they flourished flour and sugar, creating their own masterpieces alongside Jamal. This moment of joy and learning resonated deeply within him. He was now a mentor, just like Amir had been for him. Word of Jamal's journey spread throughout the community, and more customers flocked to Amir's shop, curious to taste the incredible baked goods. What had started as a small showcase had turned into a celebration of resilience, unity, and support. As customers poured in, Amir and Jamal decided to turn this experience into a monthly event, a community baking day. They envisioned it as a way to bring people together, fostering a sense of belonging and shared experiences. "Let's invite everyone to join us," Jamal suggested. "We can teach them how to bake and share our stories. We can all learn from each other." Amir nodded, excitement glimmering in his eyes. "This is just the beginning. We can create something beautiful that not only empowers us, but inspires our whole community." In the days that followed, Jamal often found himself reflecting on how far he had come. The challenges he faced had transformed him into someone who not only believed in his abilities, but also recognized the importance of community support. He felt a profound sense of gratitude for Amir's guidance and the newfound friendships he had formed. One evening, as Jamal prepared for the next community baking day, he noticed Amir standing quietly at the counter, lost in thought. "What's on your mind, Amir?" Jamal asked. Amir turned, a gentle smile on his face. "I'm just so proud of you, Jamal. You've come a long way, and it's amazing to see how you're embracing this journey. Your courage has inspired me too." Jamal felt a rush of emotion. "Thank you, Amir. Your support means the world to me. I want to keep growing, not just as a baker, but as a person who makes a difference." With newfound determination, Jamal was ready to embrace the future. He understood that life would continue to present challenges, but with every challenge came an opportunity to learn, grow, and inspire others along the way. As the day of the first community baking day arrived, excitement buzzed in the air. The sun shone brightly, casting a warm glow over the marketplace, and people from all walks of life gathered around Amir's shop, eager to participate. Jamal stood outside, wearing an apron with a huge grin plastered across his face. He couldn't help but feel a sense of pride swell within him. As people entered the shop, they were greeted by the delightful aroma of freshly baked goods and the sight of flour-dusted countertops, ready for action. Jamal had prepared a variety of recipes, including his famous bread, pastries, and cookies, hoping to share the joy of baking with everyone. The diverse crowd represented the rich tapestry of the community. Young children, teenagers, adults, and even some elderly folks gathered together, sharing stories, laughter, and their unique cooking tips. Jamal felt a sense of belonging that he had never experienced before. It was clear that this event had become more than just a baking day. It was a celebration of unity and shared learning. Jamal took the lead, guiding the participants through each recipe. He shared not just the how-to of baking, but also the why, explaining the science behind the ingredients, the importance of patience, and the joy of creativity in the kitchen. Each interaction filled him with a renewed sense of purpose as he watched his community engage, ask questions, and learn together. As the day unfolded, Jamal witnessed moments of triumph and mishaps that were inevitable in the world of baking. A young girl named Fatima accidentally spilled flour everywhere, causing giggles to erupt among the participants. Instead of feeling embarrassed, she laughed it off, saying, "Well, I guess we're making a snowstorm." Jamal seized the moment to emphasize a lesson. Mistakes are just opportunities to learn. Embrace them. Each mess can lead to something beautiful. As the laughter faded, participants returned to their tasks, empowered by Jamal's words. They encouraged each other, sharing tips and helping those who struggled. Jamal realized that the day was not just about baking. It was about building confidence, resilience, and connections. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, the group gathered around a long table outside the shop, where they displayed their baked creations. Each participant proudly presented their goods, and Jamal watched as they exchanged recipes and ideas, sparking creativity and collaboration. Amir stood beside Jamal, his eyes glistening with pride. "You've turned this shop into a hub of inspiration, Jamal. Look at what you've created, a community that supports one another." Jamal smiled, feeling a sense of fulfillment wash over him. "It's incredible, Amir. We've created something special here, and it all started with a little patience and belief." As dusk settled in, they lit lanterns, casting a warm glow over the gathering. Families shared their stories, their hopes and dreams, creating bonds that transcended the simple act of baking. The atmosphere was filled with joy, laughter, and an overwhelming sense of togetherness. In the days following the event, the momentum continued. The Community Baking Day became a regular occurrence, bringing people together every month. Jamal's shop thrived, not just from the sales of baked goods, but from the friendships that blossomed within its walls. Jamal transformed the shop into a space for learning, where workshops were held on various topics, from baking to entrepreneurship. He invited guest speakers to share their experiences, ensuring that the shop remained a place of growth and inspiration. As Jamal reflected on his journey, he felt immense gratitude for the challenges he had faced. Each obstacle had shaped him into a better baker, a mentor, and a member of the community. He realized that the true essence of his success was not just in the delicious pastries he created, but in the connections he fostered along the way. One evening, as Jamal prepared for the next baking day, he gathered everyone around. "Today, we not only bake, but also celebrate the power of community," he began. "Each of you has shown that through patience, perseverance, and support, we can overcome any challenge. Remember, it's not just about the end result, it's about the journey and the people we meet along the way." The audience listened intently, the message resonating deeply with them. Jamal continued, "Whenever you face difficulties in life, embrace them. Learn from your mistakes, support one another, and keep striving for growth. Together, we can achieve incredible things." As the crowd dispersed that night, Jamal stood at the entrance of the shop, watching the laughter and camaraderie that filled the air. He knew that each participant had taken away more than just baking skills. They had experienced the importance of community, resilience, and personal growth. This journey, marked by challenges and triumphs, had come full circle. Jamal had not only discovered his passion for baking, but also the power of connection and mentorship. The lessons he learned would resonate far beyond the bakery, inspiring others to embrace their journeys with courage and creativity. The resolution encapsulates the moral lesson learned throughout the story. It emphasizes the importance of community, resilience, and the shared journey of learning and growth. The audience is inspired to reflect on their own lives and the lessons they can take away, promoting a message of positivity and support.